What is up, my fellow anchorers? I don't even know if that really is a term, but this is my very first Anchor audio or Anchor podcast or Anchor, whatever you want to call this. My very first one that I'm making, and I'm excited to test this out. Anyone who's coming across this, you probably have no idea who I am, so quick intro on myself. My name is AZREN. I am a huge language learning enthusiast who currently speaks about 5 different languages. And I've been into languages probably for about, long time now, roughly since I was 16-ish years old. I'm currently 24, so it's been a very long time. And really right now, I focus all of my time and energy, or a huge percentage of my time and energy, on creating language learning content. So whether it's like tips for learning a new language, whether it's, grammar advice for any language I currently speak, whether it's vocab videos, whether it's, just my general thoughts on language learning, like whatever it is, huge percentages of my time right now are focused on language learning. As my line of work, I teach languages, so I teach English, French, and Spanish privately. It's kind of where my head is at as of right now. So today, I think what I want to do on this podcast or this audio is I want to sort of comment on a specific article, or in this case, I guess you could call it an infographic that I found online. So I found this infographic on elearninginfographics.com. So I'll say that again, elearninginfographics.com/y-language-learning-is-important-infographic. And basically, this infographic, I wish I could show it to you guys here on the podcast, but basically what it is, it's an infographic that is going through a couple of different reasons as to why language learning is important. And I want to comment a little bit on this infographic. So a couple things on this infographic I really agree with, and a couple seem to be a little bit odd in my opinion. Things I agree with. Number one, it says that language learning is important because it keeps your mind healthy. I don't really know much about science, and I don't really know everything about that. But that being said, it logically makes sense to me when I think about that. It makes sense, like based on things I've read in the past. There seems to be a lot of research behind it, and you know what? I agree with it. Let's not spend a lot of time on that. I mean, I think we can all probably agree that learning different languages, really learning anything for that matter, is good for the brain and is good for your mind. Number 2 here that I agree with is it says that it helps learning a language helps you understand how people think. And I want to dig into this because I think that a lot of people would disagree with this. I think based on my understanding, based on the conversations that I've had with other people, some people don't fully agree with this. And to be perfectly open with you, I don't understand why some people don't agree with this. When you learn another language, especially if you are practicing or getting to know people who actually live in a country that speak that language, you start to learn more, not just about their language, but more about their culture as well. And as you learn more about their culture, you start to have more empathy for how that individual thinks and how people in that culture tend to think. Like, I mean, obviously it's stereotyping. I cannot say that I'm Canadian. I can't say that every single Canadian thinks the same way, because that's just, it's just not real. It's just not how things work, right? However, I think it is very easy to say that people from different cultures, people from different countries, people from different backgrounds, often there are some commonalities in the way that they think, right? Because of where they grew up, because of environments, family, etc. And when you start to learn another language, especially if you're communicating with people that speak that language as a native language, I do think it helps you understand not only that person that you're speaking with, but it helps you understand different perspectives on the world, in my opinion. The next one here, I'm 50-50 on, 50-50. It says that learning a language is important because it helps you understand your own language and your own culture better. There's a little bit of extra text here where it says that learning a foreign language helps you understand your own language and culture better through comparison or through the relationship between the foreign language and your mother tongue. I think I agree with this. I don't know if, essentially this infographic has 6 different reasons why language learning is important. I just don't know if I would have put that specific one as a top 6 reason as to why you should learn a language. Another reason that they have actually put here that I don't know, actually I'm pretty sure in my opinion is not necessarily a top 6 reason to learn a new language. It says to find your future husband/wife. Because, and their logic on when you look at this website is that learning a new language and culture increases the size of your selection pool. Which, of course, is true, right? You can talk to more people, get to know more people. Absolutely, that is increasing the number, the potential people you can talk to and potential people you can meet. But guys, let's be real, like that, in my humble opinion, I don't know if that should be like the, I don't know, call it the number one reason as to why someone should go and learn a new language. That should not be like, it should not be your strategy that I'm going to go and learn a new language today, or start learning a new language because I want to find a wife, or I want to find a husband. That to me just sounds really silly, and I don't believe that should be as one of these top 6 reasons that they've listed on this website to learn a new language. A couple of things that I really like though, it says to show respect. That is one of the reasons that's written. I agree with that. That's a really major thing for me. A big pet peeve of mine is I don't enjoy traveling to a new country and not knowing at least something about their language. I don't know, for some reason, I have a lot of empathy for people who do that. I actually don't judge people who do that, because I understand that, you know, there should be no requirement for you to learn someone else's language to travel to their country. That should not be like a requirement to enter someone else's country at all. But for me personally, I do want to show as much respect as possible, and one way that I can do that in my perspective is being like, hey, I made some effort to at least learn something about your language. It might not be like, I might not be perfectly fluent, but at least I know something, right? Something is way better than me crossing my fingers and being like, hopefully this person's learned English, or hopefully they've learned a language that I speak. So, and then last thing on this infographic here says that learning a language helps you understand our own thought processes. Again, I agree. I don't know if that's a top 6 reason to learn a new language. I just don't know, right? I mean, maybe it is, maybe it isn't, but I'm just going off first gut feelings when I read this. I don't know if these are the top 6 reasons one could have picked, right? I mean, maybe. That's kind of my perspective on it. I think we'll wrap this up there. I think we'll do more of these. This felt kind of interesting. This felt right. I think I'll do more, where I read some article or read something online. I just kind of share some of my quick thoughts on what I read. So again, if you guys want to see the actual infographic, it is on elearninginfographics.com. So letter E, learning-infographics.com/y-learning-is-important-infographic. So hope you guys have an awesome day, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye! I just waved at the phone because I'm used to making videos, not audios. Wow. Well done, Azren.